Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. And of course, we're coming to you from middle of town cycling right behind Sullivan's Bakery, which means we're going to be talking about bikes today. And some of the other things we're going to be talking about is what? A wrap up of
Derby.
Right.
Activities.
You are correct. And we also did a piece with MSD, and we've just got a great show. So stay with us, and we'll be right back right after this.
At LG&E and KU, we're always working hard to make your life a little easier. Because we know you've got your hands full. Our new mobile app gives you the power to check your account balance, review your payment history, and effortlessly pay your bill from anywhere, while making it easier than ever to report and track power outages. Download the app today to get the convenience of LG&E and KU at your fingertips.
You know, Derby was very busy for us this year, so busy we couldn't get it all packed into one show. So this is our final look at Derby 2023, so take a look. We're here for an annual event that we would definitely not miss, and it's Gerald and Kathy Neal. And if you look behind me, it's the Kentucky Minority Scholarship Fund Incorporated presents Derby Time Soul Celebration, the Derby Extravaganza. That's a mouthful, and welcome back to Urban Lifestyle.
Glad to be here. Thank you so much.
All right, so tell us about the event for those who, I don't know, unless they've been living under a rock, that don't know about this event.
Well, Kathy is the one that's driving force. I'm the facilitator, but we put on this scholarship event every year, Derby Time, to support our rising seniors into college. So we give out a number of scholarships each year. We also try to undergird programs that uplift young people, particularly in the education field, but even beyond that. And it's something that excites us so much that, you know, once we shut this down for the year, we're gearing up for the next year. It's such a wonderful thing. We bring wonderful people together, and we're receiving such great support over the years.
And you know, when you have this event, one thing that I've always loved about it is every year it's a different theme. So tell us about the theme for this year.
We have never repeated a theme, but this year we're going into a soul celebration. We're going into the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, and we put that in the context, and we always have some audience participation. So we have 3 events in one. Best ticket in town, dinner, a scrumptious dinner. Then a show, we transition to the Baumhart, put on a fabulous show that's never repeated, and then we come out and we have our dance. So it's a wonderful, wonderful event.
You know, and speaking of this event, you know, you talked about the scholarships, and I know that you have awarded hundreds of kids during the time that you've been doing it. And have you had an opportunity to hear from some of those kids and talk a little bit about some of those success stories?
We hear from them, we hear from their parents, and I'm gonna tell you, one time I was up here and it actually made me cry. I mean, just hearing the story and how the child, you know, embraced it and interpreted what it meant to their lives, beyond what we even anticipate or knew or understood, is just so rich. So it's very rewarding to us personally in that regard. So this is something we'll keep on going as long as we can do it.
Well, Gerald, it's always great catching up, in regards to Kathy for everything that she does for this event. And if people want to figure out how that they can contribute or how they can help, what's that information?
Well, it's pretty easy. Only thing you have to do is get in touch with the Kentucky Minority Scholarship Fund, and we'll make it happen. So if you contact me, I'll hook you up. Or if you contact Kathy, we can do that. But we're prepared to receive all support.
Well, you can tell it's Derby because people are out in their best Derby gear, and it is a great party. We're here with the Kappa Alumni Chapter, Louisville Chapter, and it is the day party of the season. I'm here with Sam Bell. He is the man who made this all happen. Welcome to Urban Lifestyles, and tell us about the party.
Hey, thanks, Max. First of all, I want to say that this is our 4th annual Hats, Bow Ties, and Bourbon event. So it's an event that we use to raise awareness, not only that we're in the community, but also to raise money for our foundation, the Kentucky Community Enrichment Foundation. It's a 501c3 that funds our Louisville Kappa League. Louisville Kappa League is one of the only programs in the United States where young men come in and we provide mentoring services. And we've been currently doing this in the chapter for about the past 15 years. And we have a 100% matriculation rate into college. So that means that right now, currently, every young man that's accepted into Louisville Kappa League is getting a letter saying that, hey, we want you to come to our college.
That is excellent. And when you're putting on an event like this, what's the planning like? How long do you plan for something like this? And why a day party?
So surely, so first off, the planning really, in the best case scenario, takes about a year. And so we want to make sure that we pay attention to every detail. And so that's really what we do as far as the planning goes. And what was your second question?
In relationship to choosing a day party versus a regular nighttime event.
So the day party is because right now at Churchill Downs, obviously no one can beat the majesty of Churchill Downs on Derby Day. But that's about 180,000 people. There are over 2 million people that come to this city for Derby. And so they got to do something, and we want to make sure that we have something that everybody can enjoy. The track is not everybody's cup of tea, but everybody likes to get dressed up, have a good time, and enjoy the spirit of Derby because it goes throughout the city and not just at the track.
But if someone wants to find out more information about how they can support the programs of the Louisville Alumni Chapter, how can they get that information?
Sure. So we're available online at derbycitynupes.com. That's DERBYCITYNUPES.com. And then they can also follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Derby City Noops.
Well, I'm here with Andre Douglas, who is the pole mark of the Louisville Alumni Chapter. Welcome back to Urban Lifestyles. Look like you are having a great event tonight, so tell us about it. I was talking to Sam earlier. He shared a lot of great information, and I'll let you pick up from there.
Yes, I'm going to say probably pretty much some of the same thing that Sam stated, is the fact that there are a lot of folks that's here in Louisville today. And, at the track, there's probably like 186,000 folks there. And here in the city, about 2 million. But we wanted to afford some of the people that didn't have to be able to afford to go to Churchill Down, an opportunity to come enjoy themselves at a reasonable price.
And this is definitely a reasonable price. And when you're looking at Kappa and other members of the Divine Nine, how important are Greek organizations still today?
Greek organization is essential today because of the fact that with a lot of certain things going on culturally wise that's out there in the atmosphere, our Greek organization is actually helping to sustain, especially our youth. It's helping to, help nurture and guide our youth to a point where they're preparing for life.
Derby, I know it's gone, but people still talk about it because we seem to hold on to Derby until the next year.
Yeah. And there's so many great things that went on, and I just like to think about them, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to experience them because Derby's only once a year.
You are correct. We'll take another break and back with more.
Cycling is more than just getting from one place to another. It's healthy, social, good for the environment, and anyone can do it. We at Middletown love cycling and really love helping others discover a new passion. Stop in today and let our friendly, knowledgeable staff help you get started. We cater to beginners as well as experienced cyclists. We're a local business that cares about our community because we are a part of the community. Come in today and get on a bicycle that fits your needs and improve.
So, Denise, you had an opportunity to catch up once again with MSD. So what's going on?
Basically, I just love that MSD serves our community so well, and the partnerships that they align themselves with and the companies that help out. But let's just take a look. So I'm bringing another segment with MSD because they do provide our clean, safe waterways. And I also want to introduce you to a project that's going on with MSD. Sharice Horn with MSD, welcome once again.
Thank you for having me once again.
So I'm excited because I know MSD does a lot for the community, but let's talk about what is going on here today and the role with MSD.
Absolutely. So today we have one of our wonderful contractors, Pace Contracting. Here they are working on a Habitat for Humanity's home. And I'll have Leslie explain a little bit more about Habitat for Humanities for those who don't know. But Pace Contracting has 5 of our contracts through our Community Benefits Program. Our Community Benefits Program was established in 2019. To date, we have invested more than $2.9 million back into the community. So that shows up in various forms. We are here today just to see what one of those forms look like. So we are just excited about the program, excited about the leave behinds from the program, and excited about lifting our community.
So this means that you all can prescribe to have great partnerships, and let's talk about and expand on that, how that works.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, Pace Contracting, we have Colton Perry here with us today from Pace Contracting. They have 5 of our large-scale projects. With that, the community benefits program, they are working with nonprofit and schools to determine what that leave behind looks like in the community from those projects. So I'll turn it over to Colton to kind of explain what they're doing here today.
Welcome, Colton.
Yeah, thank you. Today we're here at a Habitat home. We worked on one here beside of it there a few weeks ago with about 15 of our employees, but we're here today pouring some concrete. It's part of our mission to give back as a company, obviously, and Habitat's been a great organization to work with. So we're pouring concrete for them today, but we'll be back in the future to do more and more with them.
Okay, so you mentioned Habitat for Humanity, and then that would bring you in, Miss Leslie. So welcome, and share about your role in this.
Sure. Well, thank you. So I'm Leslie Kinney. I'm the Director of Marketing and Development for Habitat for Humanity. And Colton, when he said that he's been helpful to Habitat, he's been integral in helping us exceed and excel in some of our projects. And they're also coming to the table for a sponsorship for a house in 2024. So we love this partnership. We love what MSD has been able to provide Habitat. But so this year, at the end of June, we will actually start to build our 600th house right here in the Louisville area. And it will be in a development in Lower Hunter's Trace, and that will be the first of 40 houses that we're going to build in this neighborhood.
It is so impressive. Sharice, I had to take it back to you. I guess you're the mastermind of getting the different partners together and working on projects, would you say?
That sounds like a good statement. But I have a wonderful team that helps pull it all together. So I would be remiss if I would say if it wasn't a team effort. If we're working with our engineering department, who handles most of our large-scale projects, we just have a great team that makes sure that community benefits is part of what we do and what we say every day.
So just the last but not least, in partnerships for those out there that want to align with you all, do you all vet or do they come to you?
They are already vetted. So we have partnerships with Louisville Metro, and then we also have a partnership with Metro United Way. So those organizations are already vetting on our behalf, and then we look at that list to determine what aligns with our mission, which is education, workforce, and economic or small business development.
Denise, that's another great segment with MSD, and as you said at the top, partnership, partnership, partnership.
And it helps and benefits the community.
We'll take another break and back with more.
Hi. It's time to crack an egg.
Easy, any style egg works.
Or smile.
Well done, this looks great.
Time to share a story.
We have a great way to start our discussion.
With old friends or new ones.
When you're a caregiver.
Time to breathe in.
Inhale up, good job.
Then let it all out. It's never been easier to connect, learn, and have fun.
Cheers.
So let's do it together. Come find us at aarp.org/near you.
So Denise, something real exciting is coming up in the city, and you're going to tell us about that.
Oh, because it deals with food, and I'm a foodie. And this is going to be the taste of West Louisville, and you need to go there. But the young lady that I spoke with, this is, I would say, a project with a purpose, but let's just take a look. So we're going to talk about an event that's going on that you don't want to miss, especially if you're like me and you love food. And the event is the Taste of West Louisville. I'm going to introduce you to a person who can tell us all about it, and Miss Keisha Allen, welcome to Urban Lifestylez.
Thank you so much for having me on today.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Taste of West Louisville. Share with us about this event and how you got involved and how long it's been going on and all that.
All right. Well, Taste of West Louisville is an event where we're going to have some food and beverage vendors out, some local chefs, caterers, and restaurants, and they're going to do a food tasting. It's an opportunity for them to do a live interactive advertisement as a way to increase their customer base, hopefully get their food trucks going or their brick and mortar restaurants. So just a way for them to showcase their talents and let people know that they are here in Louisville and doing business.
I'm excited because there have been some tastes around Louisville, but this for me is the cultural aspect because it's us, I guess, and food for us, by us. Why did you decide that it's time to do a taste of West Louisville?
Well, one thing that really near and dear to my heart is food. And we don't have a lot of food dining options in West Louisville. So I was at another tasting event back in 2014, and I was looking around and it was such a nice time, and I was thinking to myself, why don't we have something like this in West Louisville? So I created my nonprofit, is Uplifted Life, where our mission is to promote positivity to the public. And I got together with some people who I already knew that were in the food and beverage industry, and asked them would they be interested in doing a showcase, and I got great support, and so we did the first one in 2015. It was held at the Shawnee Arts and Cultural Center. It went off really well, and so we just kept doing it again and again and again.
Okay. Now, what types of food could people expect to dine on?
We're gonna have desserts. We're gonna have tacos. Some vendors will have like chicken. I'd have a vendor who is plant-based, so it's gonna be an option for people who are vegan. Just a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Okay. So now, if my taste buds are watering, when is it going to be? Where is it going to be? What time? And how do you get tickets?
Well, the Taste of West Louisville is going to take place on June the 11th from 4 to 6 p.m., 4 to 7 p.m. if you get the VIP option. And the VIP option is going to include a bourbon tasting from a local Black woman-owned bourbon brand called the 9 Bourbon. So we're really excited about that. The tickets are online at www.upliftedlifenow.org, or you can also purchase tickets at both Better Days locations. And the event will be taking place at the Louisville Central Community Center at 1300 West Muhammad Ali.
Okay. Now, is it anything else that you would want people to know about so they can get here?
Yes, one of the most important pieces is that this event is a fundraiser. We do raise scholarship funds for students who live in or go to school in West Louisville. And since 2015, we have awarded over $15,000 in scholarships to awarding deserving students. And the interesting part about our scholarship program is called the Beyond Books and Board Scholarship, because we understand that higher education expenses go beyond having your room and your tuition and fees paid. You don't have to be using them for educational expenses. It's really for the student to keep up with themselves for maintenance, whether they got to get back home, got to travel, medical bills, anything. So, that first semester, we encourage kids to go to school, but they don't always have that financial support that they need to stay in school. So that makes them want to leave school and come running back home. So that's why we have that aspect, which is a fundraiser and awarding scholarships.
Well, Denise, it sounds like a great event, and I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to getting out and supporting it. And you should too.
And be sure to come by to the taste and also to help more than books.
We'll take another break and back with more.
It's time to crack an egg.
Easy, any style egg works.
Or smile.
Well done. This looks great.
Time to share a story.
We have a great way to start our discussion.
With old friends or new ones.
When you're a caregiver.
Time to breathe in.
And out loud. Good job.
Then let it all out. It's never been easier to connect, learn, and have fun.
Cheers.
So let's do it together. Come find us at aarp.org/near you.
Well, we said at the top of the show that we're here at Middle of Town Cycling, and we're talking about e-bikes. And for those who don't know, e-bikes are electric bikes, so just take a look. Well, we're back again at Middle of Town Cycling, which is on Bardstown Road, right behind Sullivan's Bakery. And it's always a pleasure catching up with you, Nira.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And today we're talking about e-bikes, and those who are not familiar, it's electric bikes. And there seems to be like the new thing, they're flooding the market, and people have different opinions on it. Should I get one? When do I get one? And you're going to answer all those questions today.
E-bikes have taken the U.S. by storm, as they say it. It was not as popular or cool to have an e-bike because a lot of people were like, oh, that's cheating. But I think we've kind of gone past that point. Now if you talk to pros, they ride e-mountain bikes. The athletes, they want to ride an e-bike because it gives them more time on the bike, more fun. It's always been good for people who have either come out of surgery or are too intimidated now or getting older, knee pain, hip pain. They just can't ride as fast or as hard as they used to. And this is the kind of a second, as you say, like a second chance for a lot of these bikers to go back on a bike, ride a bike, either with their spouse, their partner, their family, their kids, and just get out and have fun.
And when you're talking about e-bikes, do they come in different categories like road bikes and off-road bikes and cross trainers?
Yeah, so there's an e-bike for pretty much every category. In fact, there are folding e-bikes, there's e-bikes with their recumbent e-bikes, there's trike e-bikes, and so everything that you can possibly think of as a bike is now electric. A lot of people wonder, there are different classes of e-bikes. There are the ones that are the pedal assist only, and then there are bikes that are throttle based. Most bike shops don't carry the throttle, which is the class 2 category, but they do carry the class 1 and class 3, which is all it is the class 1 limits the assist up to 20 miles an hour, whereas the class 3 limits the assist up to 28 miles an hour.
So that basically means, because you were going over that with me before we started, so if I'm riding, once I get up to 20 miles an hour, it's going to cut off.
Correct.
And then if I drop my speed below 20, then it cuts back on.
Correct. So it's all about coupling and decoupling. And most people who ride an e-bike, they are not quite riding at that pace by themselves like with their own power. So if you're physically riding at 20 miles an hour, it is going to continue to assist you. And then once you're over that 20 mile an hour assist, it decouples. And the same thing with the class 3, which is a 28 mile an assist. So as long as you're physically going 28 miles an hour, the electric bike is going to continue to assist you. And just like how electric cars are, they all have different assist modes. So like the eco mode, they call it, or eco plus mode, they call it, only assists you up to 30% of your power typically. And the turbo mode, like a supercharged mode, almost 300% of your power. So if you're putting in, say 50 watts of power, it's assisting up to 300% of that 50 watts in assist. So that's how quickly it takes off. So it's a lot of fun.
And trust me, I don't want to go 28 miles an hour on a bike. So let's talk about some that we have here. And you've got a large selection. This one seems to be really cool. Let's talk about this one.
Yeah, so this one is a bike from Liv Cycling. Liv is a brand that we carry that is a women-specific brand owned by Giant, the biggest frame manufacturer in the world. Okay. But this one is the top of the line everything. It's got the 28 mile. It's a class 3 motor. Giant always does Yamaha. So there are a lot of different brands of motors out there, Yamaha, Bosch, and Shimano kind of being the more popular one. Back in Europe, you have the Bros or the Molly, but in the US, these three, the Shimano, the Bosch, and the Yamaha seems to be the most popular amongst most of the nicer e-bikes. So this one is equipped with the Yamaha motor, and it has everything that you can think of. It's got the dash here, it's got the hydraulic disc brakes, it's got the inbuilt lights, front and rear, it's got the fenders, front and rear, basically racks, kickstand, anything that you need to get started, ready to commute, ready to go, ready to have fun, it's in there.
And how about the one next to it?
So this is actually a basic version of this bike, so it doesn't have the fenders, it doesn't have the lights and stuff like that. So the price point's lower, and you can slowly add things to it, whereas if you wanted something that's all decked out, ready to go, you can pick which one you want to pick.
All right, and if someone is looking at just an entry level, what would you show them over here?
So this here actually is our very popular entry level bike. This is a class 1 motor, so it goes up to 20 miles an hour assist, whereas this one goes up to a 28 mile assist. Yep.
And let's look at this one here.
Yeah, so this brand we carry is Gazelle. It's a Dutch brand. We just recently started carrying them. They are pretty simple. They are class 1, but they, at that price point of the $27.99, they are pretty much equipped with everything you need: a rack, fenders, lights, a lock, an integrated lock so you can lock your bike so it doesn't get stolen. So everything ready to go.
So if someone is looking for an e-bike, of course they're going to come out and see you. And of course, is there like any training, anything you need to learn about riding an e-bike?
There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to take in. A lot of people are worried about how quickly the battery charges, how long the battery lasts, what kind of warranties, and we can go in depth with everything. Great company, any bike shop, any kind of bike brand that we deal with, it's going to have the best value, the best warranty. We provide free maintenance on the bike the first year, and you've got a bunch of educated staff here that will go over everything with you so you don't have to worry about anything.
One thing I found out was how the e-bikes are becoming more and more common, and how you get that assist is really cool.
I'm seeing more and more of them, and I'm seeing them all age groups. It's not just the more older, mature person. Mm-hmm. But I know they can get up to the speeds, but I think I would still be intimidated.
Yeah, and maybe with an e-bike, you might even be closer behind me.
True. But I'm coming.
You are coming. We'll take another break and back with more.
Morning Drive's gonna be the morning ride. Get the keys, let's go! Because you won't want to get out of the car when the Streets Morning Takeover is on the Ville's #1 for hip-hop.
Early in the morning.
96.5.
Hey, it's me, Herlin Robinson from Magic 101.3 Magic in the Afternoon. Yes, I'm out in the streets, of beautiful streets of Louisville, Kentucky. Now, let me tell you what's happening on the radio, right? All my daddies out there, stand up, raise your hand. Man, I know you do a great job, and we want to hook you up. We want to give you your roses right now. $2,000 worth of roses. That's right. So all you need to do is just have your kids go to 1013online.com. Tell us how great you are. Upload a picture of you, and that's it, right? Because it's the Daddy's Home Concert. And if you're planning on getting married and you're getting ready to do that proposal where you drop down to that one knee, we've teamed up with Tri-State Jewelers to hook you up. We want to take care of the proposal ring and give you an opportunity to do it in front of everybody on Saturday night at the Funk Fest. But you got to go to 529 South 4th Street, Tri-State Jewelers. Go ahead and take a picture of the QR code. Upload a picture of your honey, okay? And tell us why she's the love of your life. That's it. We'll take care of the rest. We will take care of the rest. Funk Fest, oh my goodness, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be nuts. It's June the 16th and 17th. On Friday night, we're going old hip-hop, man. We're going old school hip-hop. 50 years, we're celebrating it. I'm just going to give you a couple of names, right? Just to whet your appetite. Don't want to give it all to you, all right? Don't want to give it all to you. Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Jeezy, MJG, 8 Ball, and Juvie. And yeah, I left somebody out because you got to listen to Magic 101.3 to figure out who I left out. And then on Saturday night, it's for the lovers, baby. It's that R&B joint. It's the jump off. I'm talking about Genuine, Sunshine Anderson. I'm talking about Case. Oh my goodness, it's going to be bananas. Again, I'm just whetting your appetite. And then June 18th, we're jamming in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Yes, guess who's in town then? Man, ATL, stand up. We're doing the stomp over in Jeffersonville at the River Stage. Who is it? Little John. Yeah. So you make sure you go to 1013online.com, right? Remember, 1013online.com. Kentuckiana Deals is happening every single day, not just on Friday. We're saving you money every single day, but you got to go to 1013online.com and click Kentuckiana Deals. Now, during the week, I'm on from 2 to 7 p.m. But Tom, you know, man, you got to listen to everybody, right? You got to listen to my peoples, right? Steve Harvey in the morning. You got to listen to Faith Daniels in the midday. And then I'll come on in the afternoon, and then we clean it up with the Quiet Storm. Ooh, that is a cornucopia of music 24/7, 365. Keep it locked to Magic 101.3.
That was good.
It was. And as we always say, you know what? I think that's our show.
Ooh, that's our time.
And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyle.
Bye-bye.
And remember to take the shot and vote.